The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
It's time for a crunch or two. It's time for a little something something. It's time for the Snack Authority. The Snack Authority. The authority on snacks. Snacks of all kinds. From the most common and wildly famous to the most obscure and unknown. The Snack Authority. Snacking all the time so you don't have to.
And welcome to the Snack Authority, broadcasting live from the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. The Snack Authority is a weekly podcast where we dig into the history, taste, and flavor of local snacks, national favorites, and even some bizarre and international snacks.
And this would be one of the bizarre ones?
More than bizarre.
Bizarre/international?
More than bizarre. Yeah. I am Jess, this is Dave, Mikey, and Ed, and we have Battle of the Weird Chips? I don't even know.
Yeah. What do we call this?
I don't know what to do.
This one, the title of the episode is Let the Chips Fall Where They May.
Well played.
But they're unusually flavored potato chips.
I'll say.
And we're seeing a lot of that now. I'll tell you, I look forward to doing this show every single week, except this week.
You weren't crazy about
I was even a little
week.
weirded out.
Right. Which I think is going to be better than this.
When I heard the flavors of these things, I was a little like, eh.
This one was just scary.
I'm a very traditionalist. I like vanilla ice cream, cheese pizza,
Yes.
regular potato chips.
If I'm not mistaken, doesn't Lay's do something every year now where they get like 3 different flavors
Well,
and people vote?
Yeah, and we'll get to the specifics of what they've done now, but for a while they were getting consumer input and voting. This year they did it a little bit differently. And we'll get to that when we talk about Lay's.
Yeah, more territorial. Well, let's light up the Lay's right off the bat, which I guess maybe is the scariest one. I don't know.
There's a lot of scary here.
Right?
These ones are the Lay's New England Lobster Roll. If you look on the front, it has a lobster roll, which everybody's seen. I don't particularly care for them, but I've made a ton of them.
Now, did they do
The chip looks like it.
One question. Now, there's a couple different ways of doing a lobster roll. Did they use the mayonnaise or did they use the butter?
I think the butter is my guess.
I mean, they have everything to make.
From what I understand, there's a little buttery flavor, but we'll be the judge.
That's plenty for me.
Is there any way he can just get 2?
No.
So, those that are hearing us, hear our New England accents. We're here in Boston, New Hampshire area, a little north of Boston.
Good luck.
And even though being in New England and I can have all the lobster rolls I want or all the lobster I want, I particularly don't like. I don't like it at all. Do you like lobster? Do you eat lobster?
If there's nothing in front of me, I will eat lobster with a ton of butter. Like picture butter soup with 1 piece of lobster.
Which is probably driving people crazy everywhere else that love lobster. That's because they can't get it, but it's one of those things that's here all the time.
Yeah, it's weird because lobster in Maine is different from everywhere else. As soon as you hit Connecticut, you get this green monster called a rock lobster. And it's like chewing on rubber.
I like the song.
No taste at all. It is disgusting. My mom and my stepfather at the time went down to visit his son, who was at a Navy base down in Connecticut. Went to this nice restaurant. She ordered a lobster. The thing came out. I look at it. I go, Mom, what the hell is that? She goes, oh, it's a rock lobster. I'm like, it looks green. She's
Yeah,
like,
they have them different all over the place. Maryland has Maryland stone crabs and different things that are there, but this is New England lobster, which is what this is. Ed Sullivan, you like lobster? He took a gulp of Maalox before he had, what are you doing?
I do like lobster, but growing up in New England, it's not. If I go out for dinner or something, I'm not going to say, I must have lobster. I mean, I'd rather have fried clams, fried shrimp, fried.
It's funny how lobster went from prisoner food to a delicacy.
That's right. So,
cheers.
Ding. All right, here we go. We're going to go for a big potato chip. Not a little one, Mikey. Go for a big one.
Don't be a girl.
I tried it.
The whole thing in the mouth, the whole pop it in.
Rock it.
Let's do it.
It's sour cream and onion chips.
It is sour cream and cheddar.
Yeah.
All right,
like sour cream and
wait a
onion.
minute.
Which I don't care for.
Then a background sort of kicks in that's almost buttery, I think.
There's absolutely no lobster in this chip.
Okay.
No. And let me tell you a little bit about the history of flavored chips while we crunch and munch. Oh, no, that was last week. So Ohio-based Mike Sells Potato Chips, which was founded in 1910, identifies as the oldest chip company in the U.S. New England-based Trisome, founded in 1908 as the Leominster Potato Chip Company, claims to be America's first potato chip.
Yeah.
There's always some,
Sure.
there's always these rivalries. In the UK, because two of the contenders today are UK-based. So
Okay.
Salt and Shake, originally manufactured by the Smith's Snack Food Company, may be the oldest in the UK. And Salt and Shake was relaunched in 2013 by Walker's, who is, I think, our next contender. But the first flavored chips in the United States were barbecue, and they were being manufactured and sold in 1954. And hers,
1954?
that's where the flavored first popped up.
Really?
Yeah, it took a long time.
Wow.
And I don't know if you've seen I don't know if it's Hares or Hers, Herrs.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
more regional, but I've seen them around the country. And they were the first to market the flavored chip. Now, believe it or not, the flavored crisp, as they are often known as, in the UK, didn't make its debut until 1962.
Really?
In our lifetime.
Right. I was around then.
Yeah, you probably weren't eating many chips.
No,
Maybe.
I'm sure it was.
I'm sure.
Look at me. I've been doing this for years.
And, as I said, in the U.S., we have chips. They're most often referred to as crisps in the U.K.
Okay.
And chips over there are what we call French fries,
Right.
right? Like fish and chips.
Right.
But there's no big distinction between those. It's really just terminology.
Yep. All right. So, didn't care for the lobster roll myself personally. I wasn't massively offended by it
No, the first.
because you start thinking you're going to have fish.
Right.
And I don't want fish on my potato chip.
All right.
But this one is
Next victim,
is fish.
prawn cocktail.
Yeah, I'm not getting fish. I'm getting the cocktail sauce, right?
Yeah, the cocktail is actually one of the ingredients of
smells so
cocktail
bad.
sauce. And they use my favorite type of oil, rapeseed. Isn't that
So
funny?
prawn is a squid
No, prawn's like a giant
Prawn's a shrimp.
shrimp.
Well,
I don't want to eat this
Wow.
so bad.
That'll clear the sinuses.
Yeah, it is pretty intense, right? Mikey
So-
went right for it.
Tastes
Now-
like ketchup.
yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about.
Tastes like ketchup.
Oh,
Bucket.
Jess
Bucket.
bucketed. Where's the bell?
Oh, God.
She bucketed that.
Better get a bucket. I'm going to throw up.
Gaston, a bucket for monsieur.
Jess could not take it. That's your second time with the bucket
Still in there.
in the history of the show.
I
No,
get mustard and ketchup.
Yeah.
It's like a hot dog without the hot dog.
I can taste 1 part per billion of mustard.
Oh.
No, this tastes like ketchup and nastiness.
Yeah, mustard.
Oh,
Well-
and mustard. Awesome.
Back to the prawns.
wow. So you called it. Did you look at that to say ketchup and mustard, or you tasted it?
No, all I see is prawn cocktail. I don't know what the heck that is. I thought it was like cocktail sauce. No, it tastes like ketchup and mustard.
No.
I think it's supposed to be like cocktail sauce, but yeah, biologically speaking, the prawn and the shrimp are different species, but the names are used interchangeably, so that sort of gets lost. Prawns have claws on 3 of their 5 pairs of legs. Shrimp have claws on 2 of their 5 pairs of legs.
So they can really grip you when they get pissed.
But basically, they taste the same and get used interchangeably.
Pepe the Prawn is my favorite Muppet.
Is that a thing?
He's a thing, and he's awesome.
See,
Look him up,
Da-
guys.
Dave and
Try
I
that
are
again.
No. You out of your mind?
Dave and I are older. We know Pepe Le Pew.
Yes.
I
am.
love Pepe Le Pew.
Mm-hmm.
That poor cat.
All right.
Oh,
Here's a different one now.
Now this is getting a little crazy.
No, I thought the prawn cocktail was pretty crazy until it tasted like ketchup and mustard.
Jess is getting ready.
This one I think I'll be better with. I need to wash the taste out of my mouth. That prawn cracker lingers.
So this is a thick cut. This is
Get
a
ready for round 2, huh?
Guinness. Nothing to do with the beer.
Well, it's Burt's
Oh.
thick-cut, hand-cooked potato chip at the bottom.
I mean, I would think there is some
Smells
Guinness
like
and
beef
maybe
stew.
licensing involved there.
It actually smells like beef stew. I'll be darned.
But it's not. It isn't beer and chili potato chips.
No, they basically use the beer when they make the chili, I guess, but
They're vile when you open them.
they smell like beef stew.
Nothing is as bad as that.
Just grab the bucket.
Why bad? You want it?
No, I don't need it, but you might.
Oh, no.
Better get a bucket. I'm going to throw up.
Gaston, a bucket for monsieur.
All right.
Disturbing.
Oh, you need the bucket too. Get it, Dave.
Better get a bucket. I'm going to throw up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Gaston,
That's
a bucket
officially my
for
first
monsieur.
one. That's. The hell is that?
Awful. That is what that is.
He's gagging.
Oh, are you spitting it?
No, I'm getting a bit of a cold. I don't know if you noticed
did.
my voice, but
Good. That's all you can do is take away some of your taste buds right now.
oh, I know.
What
and
is that?
I will not.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought I would hate this the least.
So
I
did
think I hate it the most. Today I'm not going with what I like. Because I don't like any of them. I'm going to be honest with you.
You will not buy any of these.
No.
It
Ever.
actually tastes like beef
As
and
I
barley
say,
soup.
I'm a traditionalist. I like it plain. I don't want anything on it. That's what you got dipping things for. If you wanted to put some chili on it, put some chili, and it would be chili instead of what this was. Ugh.
I'm trying to figure out how the hell they got the actual beef flavor on this thing, because I don't see it in here. Must be the barley.
It is a beefish taste. If this one is anything, it's true to its name.
You can't uneat some things, just so you know.
All right. Well, you guys won't even be crunching much because I think everyone's almost done.
Yeah. Mikey's still going. He likes them all.
So,
Mikey likes it. He likes everything.
Hey, Mikey.
Yeah.
Let's get Mikey.
Yeah.
Did that guy die of high cholesterol or something?
I don't know if Mikey's dead. There was always a rumor that he ate Pop Rocks and drank Coke and exploded, but it's not true. So as Dave alluded to, this year instead of getting the consumer input, they decided to do regional versions for the Lay's potato chips, and they wanted to showcase local cuisines. So what they ended up doing were a Cajun spice, chili con queso, Chesapeake crab base spice, deep dish pizza, fried pickles with ranch.
I've seen that one.
See, that would be a vinegar that would be in there, and that would be vinegar, salt and vinegar potato chips. I don't mind them.
They're a big thing.
Yeah.
You know. The New England lobster roll, a pimento cheese chip, and a sweet Thai chili chip.
That I do.
I would eat that. Well, I
And
say that.
I say none of them. So they do this thing. They do it regional. If something catches on, maybe they continue it.
Right.
And I say don't worry about it because none of them are going to continue.
Probably not. And they hit grocery stores on July 30th and stopped selling them on September 23rd. So, we are giving these rave reviews, so unfortunately people may not be able to find them.
Right.
But we are probably doing a service.
We're doing you a service. We're eating this so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Alongside the new releases, they brought back some old regional favorites. Wavy West Coast truffle fries. Ketchup.
Interesting. Truffle is hot right now. Truffle French fries, very good.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
Yep, ketchup flavor. And
Big in Canada, right? Canada?
Yeah, in the UK.
Oh, yeah, there too?
Walker's has a ketchup chip.
Yeah, right here.
And wavy fried green tomato.
I would try that. I mean, it can't be as bad as that was.
Yeah, I mean, over
so.
time, they've had some really strange chips out there. Borscht, which is
Gross.
beet soup.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to say, that sounds pretty bad.
Taco Chips make an octopus-flavored chip for the Asian market. Yeah. See, it could have been worse, I guess.
And continues to bake it?
Yeah.
Not just a one time?
No.
Wow, give me some octopus potato chips.
Well,
Ask and you shall receive.
How about from Chio
Careful.
Chips? We got cheeseburger chips.
Ooh, I'm in.
No, it's going to probably be like that chili.
stew.
Beef.
Well, probably tastes like potato.
Oh, it is chili.
Yeah, like ketchup. Probably tastes like this thing.
Doritos makes brie-flavored chips for China.
Cheese.
I would try them.
And Walker's makes crispy duck.
No.
See, so this is all artificial crap, though, right?
Yeah.
Of
It
the
is.
flavoring that is. And they've mastered some flavorings down, but this is not a
Actually, to be
nailed
honest
it.
with you,
They didn't nail it.
there's no fake flavorings in this Guinness chip. Everything is a spice.
Really.
There's no artificial flavorings that I can see.
So unpleasant. I'm sorry.
No, it's all actual, real stuff.
Which one are
Potato.
you still snacking on?
All of them.
I know which ones you're eating. You're right here. Ed's in
The lobster roll, it's sour cream and onion.
Yeah, it tastes
all
like sour
day.
cream and onion.
No, it's cheddar and sour cream.
It could be.
Oh, that's what I'm getting. I'm sorry.
Well, there shouldn't be cheese on a lobster roll. Jen.
Okay, so the least offensive
Is the lobster roll?
is the lobster roll, and that's Lay's potato chips, and they put it out. Would we all agree it's the least offensive?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
'cause
great.
it tastes like sour cream and
So we
onion.
could
100%.
even go as far as to say it's our favorite.
Out of the three? Yeah. That's a bold statement. Yeah.
I kind of like them all. I'm kind of weird.
All right, you think about it.
Yeah, and Walker's is a British snack food manufacturer founded in 1948.
British? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, in 1989 they were acquired by Frito-Lay, a division of PepsiCo.
Oh, wow, okay.
So Walker's actually has 56% of the British crisps market, so that's a pretty
They're a
significant.
monster.
Some of their other flavors, and maybe some of these would be more to your liking: cheese and onion, salt and vinegar,
I would eat those.
beef and onion.
No.
No, I got to get away from the beef on my potato chip.
How about Marmite?
What's that?
Nope.
So, you remember Vegemite sandwich?
Yeah.
Marmite is similar to Vegemite. Vegemite is in Australia, where Marmite is in the UK, and it's a
tried that once.
yeast-based kind of paste that they
Very
spread
unique.
on toast, and you can mix it with. It's disgusting.
Kinda
Almost
salty.
glue?
The texture of it is
Yeah, it's
glue-like, like you're
yes.
eating paste as a
kid.
kindergartner.
Yeah, all right. I always like that.
But it's supposed to be really healthy for you, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got roast chicken. No.
No,
Smoky bacon.
not me.
Not Dave.
Worcester sauce, which is the same
Worcestershire?
as. Yep.
I would try that.
And they call it Worcester sauce?
Yeah.
And do they pronounce it Worcester?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay.
Pickled onion and tomato ketchup.
No.
That just
And-
sounds weird. I try it, but it sounds weird.
No good. Okay, Burts is a UK company that's only been around since 1995. And it wasn't until 1997 they decided.
Wow, it says on the bag established 1759.
That's
Guinness.
Ah,
So
okay.
I think they're tricky.
They're tricky.
And
The Guinness harp.
in 1997, interestingly, Burt's is in the UK. They relaunched their crisps as chips, right? So on the Burt's bag, which I've probably already thrown out,
Yeah.
it
say
actually
potato
says
chips.
potato chips, even though they're from the UK.
Yeah. Thick cut, hand cooked.
They've got sea salt and malt vinegar,
That what I do.
mature cheddar, and spring onion.
Well, it's got malt in there. You hate malt. Do you hate malt?
I don't hate malt. I like malted. I like the vinegar.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever tried a fish and chip is because I had like malt vinegar on the side,
Okay.
and that was okay.
Here's an interesting flavor from them: Hobgoblin spit roast steak.
No. Nothing
I
in
don't
there
know wh-
sounds tasty.
All
except for
right.
the steak part.
How
I don't
about a
eat
Jim Beam potato chip? Bourbon?
No.
that. Out of curiosity, I would.
Would you?
I'd try anything once.
Out of curiosity, yeah.
Huh.
I've
Jim
had Guinness
Beam.
ice cream, and that was fantastic.
Wow. We have less to talk about this week because people are not really eating the chips.
No.
I can't do it, man.
So what? Let's try to figure out. We know collectively we are less repulsed by the Lay's lobster roll
That is a
potato
safe
chip.
chip.
Well, here's the thing. In a pinch, if that's what's in the pantry, I would eat it.
I'll lose weight because I won't.
You
I
would-
won't even eat it.
You wouldn't eat the
Lay's-
lobster roll.
No.
Now, if
I
it's
don't
had sour
like it at
cream and
all.
onion on it, would you eat it then?
No.
No, he likes just potato
And
chips.
I'm not a fan normally of sour cream and onion chips. I would never purchase those.
Yeah.
I'll eat them if
would.
they're there.
Well, so you would eat it in a pinch if it was in there. Would you eat it in a pinch if it was there?
The lobster roll
Yeah.
ones, it depends on how hungry I am. I actually wrote like something down for my list of which I would eat. Lay's, I would eat. If they're there, I'm hungry. I'm like, meh, I'll eat it. It tastes like a funny maybe gone weird, cheddar and sour cream. The Guinness, if I were on a deserted island and it was this or a dead fish, I might choose the Guinness chips. It tastes good then. Not even if I were starving to death after the apocalypse would I eat those Walker's prawn cocktail nasty chips.
All right, so what you did your answer is the prawn cocktail is the worst for you.
In the history of chips.
All right. I think the Guinness chili is the worst one, and I will not eat that. That's the one I spit.
And it
but
was
you
funny.
actually spit too.
I did, and I do not regret that decision.
Ugh. The chili one was gross.
Yeah.
And I see what Mikey's saying with almost a ketchup taste. So I don't like it, but I'd eat that before I'd eat the chili. So my favorite is lobster roll followed by prawn cocktail followed by chili. Jessica is lobster roll followed by chili, and last is the prawn cocktail.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you got, Mikey?
You've got to
I think
decide.
I'm probably going to be the weird dude.
Yeah,
I
he's
actually
going
kind of like
Guinness.
the prawn cocktail.
What?
Oh, God.
As the best.
I like the flavor. It's got a little bit of sweet. It's got a little bit of like vinegar taste going on.
It's so bad.
I kind of like it. The
Dynamite.
Guinness leaves a funky aftertaste.
Oh,
And-
it's a funky taste right from the get-go.
Even the
Gives it a little
smell.
bit of a
As
funky
soon as you
aftertaste.
open it up, it's disgusting.
As far as the texture of the chip goes, I do like these because they're a thick cut chip, but it's
Yeah.
a beef flavored chip and there's no beef in the thing. How the hell did they get the beef flavor in it?
So what's your? Is that your second?
No, my second's gonna be the Lay's, and then my third's gonna be Guinness, unfortunately.
All right, so you don't like Guinness the most, which I'm going to agree to that.
And I'm with you, Dave.
All right, with all of us except Jess.
Well,
it seems to be
yeah.
a reoccurring thing.
I
doesn't it?
just found the Guinness one particularly vile and offensive.
Yeah.
I mean, right from the smell
Yeah.
to that first taste to the lingering aftertaste, it just was not for me.
Yeah, all the way through.
All the way. There was no redeeming. I mean, maybe the salt was okay in it.
The
but-
thickness, I agree that the thickness, but
chip
that
was-
doesn't count at anything because they decided to cut it thicker.
And we weren't, that wasn't really one of our judging criteria for today. It was really the flavor of these.
Yeah, it's a little kettle cornish or whatever, but it's vile.
So I'll run through a little quick snack news of the week just to
Okay.
keep everyone apprised of what's going on in the snack world. There was a study that was done, and it turns out the number of Americans replacing meals with snacks is on the rise. The average American eats 2 meals and 3 snacks per day.
Oh.
Not a bad thing.
Yep, that's 21 snacks a week that the average American
All right,
is
I think our
having.
show's going to blow up.
It should.
I think we
think
got it
so.
going on. I think we're ahead of the curve, actually.
Yep.
I've been doing this my whole life, folks, just so you know. A lot of snacks
but
in between.
You're not skipping the meals.
I don't skip the meal,
Yeah.
right. But I'm a professional. Don't try this at home, kids.
So nearly half of the respondents reported replacing lunch with snacks. And, some of these were healthy things you wouldn't actually consider a snack.
Yeah.
But some of them were pure junk.
Where do you do your most snacking? What time of day?
End of the day.
Me
At
too.
work.
Mikey's all through the day. We see him
So-
do that all the time. But I'm at nighttime,
Oh,
TV
yeah.
watching, snack eating.
This is interesting
Junkie.
because you did not see my report. The final sentence is, the report indicates that peak snacking hours are between 1 to 4 p.m., which makes sense if people are replacing lunch
Oh,
with
yeah.
snacks, right? Then that's where you're going to have the filler.
Yeah, you have to if you.
But, yeah, I mean,
It's
you
12 o'clock, you didn't eat lunch. By 1 o'clock, you need something, so you start with the
But
snacks.
naturally, you kind of think it's more towards the late night snacking. But
It's probably when I snack the least. Then again, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off because I got a 6-year-old in the house. But
that'll happen. So here's some Halloween fun facts. Americans spend an average of $2.1 billion on Halloween candy.
I do my share.
Yep.
Although very close, more candy is sold on Easter.
Yeah, Cadbury cream eggs.
Of
Mini
the
eggs.
money spent, over half of it goes towards chocolate-based candy, which would make sense, I think.
Is there any Halloween candy that doesn't have chocolate on it that you'd actually want to eat?
Mike and Ike's
Skittles
got
are
Skittles.
popular.
Starburst.
Yeah, they're out there.
Hot tamales.
Candy corn.
Ooh.
Regular potato chips.
I get a 2.5-pound
Not
bag of
with
that.
lobster roll.
Wax lips.
Imagine the kids come over and you give them prawn cocktail chips or chili
Oh,
chips
my
that
God.
get in a
They'd egg
bag.
your
You
house.
would get toilet papered, egg,
It would
and
be
peanut
so
butter
bad.
bombs.
So
They go home, the parents say, where did you get these? Guinness chili potato chips? And they open it up and say, let's go back to that house.
well, the average American kid consumes between 3,500 and 7,000 calories of Halloween candy, which seems low.
Yeah.
Not in the course of that night, though. They probably stretch it out for a few nights.
That's right. That's right. So the final thing is candy corn. It was invented in the late 1880s by George Renninger. His employer, Wonderly Candy Company, began mass producing it in the early 1900s. Now, it wasn't originally called candy corn. Anybody know what it was originally called?
Oh, I did
Chiclets.
know this. I did-
Triangle.
oh.
It's got the little thing that looks like corn, unless they changed it differently. What could it be? I don't know.
No,
Little
it,
teeth.
It looked like that, but they called it chicken feed, which was corn, right? So it
Okay.
still matched. And chicken feed probably wasn't the right marketing.
Right.
No.
I'm going to eat some chicken feed.
Yeah, candy corn was a better call.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's stuck. It's been around for a long time.
It's an autumn release. You get it in the fall
Yeah.
after Thanksgiving. Well, probably close to Thanksgiving.
Yep.
After Halloween, it goes away.
It's automatic autumn snack.
Automatic
I got a 2.5-pound bag downstairs.
Of course.
Of course you do.
Who doesn't?
All right.
All right, so what's the final thing here, the tally? What's the winner?
I think, Ed, you said lobster roll was first for you?
Yep.
Okay, so lobster roll comes in pretty clearly as the winner as number one. Mikey's the only one who has prawn cocktail chips. I think
Which is Jess's worst.
there are 2 Guinness that placed last, and no, 3. There's the 3 for the Guinness
No,
being last.
you did prawn last.
I did. I am the outlier.
Okay.
I said Guinness I would eat if I were starving on a desert.
You would eat it.
island. Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't.
So I would say the clear winner is lobster roll.
for
The clear
coconut.
loser is the Guinness. And prawn cocktail. I kind of want you guys to try those. They're really not good.
This is one of those items that, hey, you got to try this. It's terrible.
It's so bad.
People have said that to you, right?
It's
Yeah.
aggressively
Eat this. It's
offensive.
awful.
Well, that's what I find strange at restaurants. This is disgusting. Try. Well, no, I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah.
I should have been like, oh, these are so tasty. You guys need to eat them. No, I'm serious. They're disgusting. You need to try them.
So you can't get the lobster roll anymore. It's sold out. That's it. The from Frito-Lay. But the Walkers and the Guinness is available at all times.
Yeah, I mean, they're not easy to find,
Okay.
right? Because you can find them in a specialty store.
Yeah.
There are places online that will sell you these delicious treats.
And you have potato chips in your hand. Which one is that?
Lobster roll.
Lobster
Yeah.
roll. So he's willing to eat it. Mikey's eating everything. It doesn't matter. I'm not touching any of them. That's it.
You did give him hell, though.
This was it. I prepped the show by eating a donut in advance so that I.
You wouldn't
I
be
do plan on
hungry.
chasing
Good.
these with a donut when I get downstairs.
Maybe you should try these again on a fresh palate.
No,
Wait a minute. There's donuts downstairs?
there are.
Many a
Oh,
donut.
you know what that means.
Got an idea for a snack we should dig into? An idea of what to pair against each other? Let us know. Contact us at thesnackauthority@gmail.com. Please let your snack eating friends know about us. Share it, subscribe to it, give it a 5-star rating. This is the Snack Authority for Dave, Ed, Mikey, and myself, Jessica. Have a great night, and please try those prawn cocktail chips.
Delicious.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.